I've definitely learned for myself how important confidence is for influence. And I brought in Valerie Morris. She wrote the book on influence. We're talking about confidence today. All right, so I saw her notes, and there was something about a buffalo. So we're talking about confidence and how confidence relates to influence. Tell me where we're going here.
So I married a really confident guy, and one of the phrases that he taught me anytime I went into a job interview or I went in to meet with a big client or did something really just that was scary was he encouraged me to have the confidence of a buffalo. Having the confidence of a buffalo means just being rock solid, not moving, and being kind of a force to be reckoned with.
Have you ever encountered buffalo?
I have.
Yeah.
Have you?
In Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty scary creatures actually, but they're huge, and sometimes they just stand there and they will block the entire road. They're massive creatures, and they really, I think, it just is a fun little saying of, all right, I'm going to go into this scary job interview, or I'm going to go meet with this client. I'm so scared, but I'm going to be a buffalo. I mean, has anyone ever told you to be a buffalo?
No.
No. Well, that's my encouragement to you today.
So how do we have the confidence of a buffalo?
Well, you know, it's interesting. There's a concept that I learned in another Brene Brown situation. I've referenced her a few times before, but she talks about this concept of couraging and how you build more courage the more you do courage. So the more you go out and do something, the easier it's going to be the next time and the next time and the next time. So I remember the very first time I recorded videos on my webcam to do for YouTube videos or Facebook videos, any of those kinds of videos that I was creating for my business. It was very, very scary. So I remember when live video came out, and it was even more scary. Mm-hmm. You know, you press that live button and there's no turning back, right? So I remember just thinking, I'm just gonna get better at and more confident at doing recorded video where I can delete it if I don't like it. And then once I've done a few of those, then I can work my way up to live video. Now, some people just jump right in and they do the live thing, and that's great. But a lot of us, we're a little bit scared about that. And so just doing a few little steps gives you the courage to go do those steps more. And now I don't have that like flustered feel every time I hit the live button because I'm more comfortable there. So that's one step, is just go out and do it. The more you do it.
Kind of sounds like, you know, we've heard the phrase fake it till you make it.
Sure.
And I've heard people like talk some for it, some against it. Kind of sounds like a little bit for it in this case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily faking it to go out and do it.
So you're not faking your expertise.
No. And I'm not faking it doing the video, but I am going to go and do a few videos and build up my confidence, because the reality is once you've done it once, you can already say you can do it. Mm-hmm. And that builds just a little bit of confidence in you that you can do it again and again and again. So if you're scared about something, go do that thing. Go write a book. Once you've written a book, then you can say, I'm an author. And then you have the ability to go say it to other people and say it on live TV and maybe write a few more books. So it's just this concept of doing that gives you the confidence to go do it even more and at a greater level.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When we're having this conversation about confidence related to influence, we're talking about influencing somebody else or really making a big impact in the world. And to do that, I recognize that we have to put ourselves out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that we have to do that are totally uncomfortable. How do we do that? I mean, how do we take that step when something is so scary? I mean, you kind of talked about it, about just doing it, but...
You know, it's very scary, especially if you have a message that is very new, or it's controversial, or it's really going to go against the grain of most of the people in your community. It's going to be a scary thing. And I'll be honest, there's a couple things that have helped me. One is I start by doing a little bit, And then once I gain confidence with that, then I expand my circle and I'll share it with someone else. So when I first started my business Facebook page, and even just my business in general, I would only share my content with a few select people. It was pretty pathetic, considering that I now tell people, go broadcast it to the world. I was just sharing it with this very safe group of people. And over time, once I got some reinforcement from them, I have expanded that, and then I will share it with another ring of people and another ring. And the more I've received acceptance of that content or of my expertise, the more confident I felt to go after larger and larger audiences. To the point that sometimes I look at myself and I say, where did you come from? Who are you that you're, writing a book or speaking on stages or, building this audience that has the potential to reach people worldwide? I never had that aspiration as a child, but yet here I am with this message to share with people, and I know that I can get it out there. And I think the other thing too is once you realize that you have a message that the world needs to hear, it gives you a lot more courage to go after and really get it out there. So if you have a message that you feel like the world has to hear and you believe so strongly in it, you need to get over that courage. And I think if you are that passionate about the message, that passion will override your fears every step of the way. Now, a final little tip is to have friends that believe in what you're doing, or have friends that are going to help share this message with you. And in my book, I talk a lot about tribes and having that group of people who are going to support you along the way. And so sometimes you're going after really hard messages. You're sharing things with people that are new. It's a kind of a scary topic. It's a controversial topic. Maybe it's some sort of earth-shattering new idea. And if you have a few people in your corner that you can turn to when you know that you're getting a lot of criticism or you're scared to put yourself out there, having those people who have your back is going to be crucial.
That's awesome. What's interesting is a lot of my clients and a lot of the viewers on our channel, they're public speakers.
Right.
And which is such a scary thing.
Yes.
And yet they've mastered it, or they take the stage and speak in front of hundreds or thousands of people. But what's interesting is a lot of them are still really nervous. They say, yeah, but how do you get over the nervousness? I'm just so afraid of being in front of the camera. So it's a real thing. Mm-hmm. And something that I just recently learned, I'll give a shout out to Michelle Villalobos. She taught me this principle of anchor versus a sail. Mm-hmm. And you need both in your life. You need anchors because they help you, be steady and safe. But a sail is what's going to drive you forward. And so what you're talking about there is like, if I'm nervous to be on camera, nervous of putting my message out there in video, the people that I want to share that with first are the sails, the people that are going to encourage me. Because an anchor, you need anchors in your life, but not necessarily for when you're sharing your vision or you're putting your heart out there in the most vulnerable way. Because they might say, I don't know, because they want to protect you, right? The anchors want to protect you, but the sails are like, oh yeah, you got this, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I appreciate you sharing that part.
Yeah.
I know myself as I've grown in confidence and just gained more credibility and track record, it's given me a natural boost of influence. I mean, people have seen what I've been able to do on other channels, and so they want to listen to me more, which, gives me more confidence. So it's kind of a
it builds on itself, right?
So appreciate you sharing your wisdom here. Everyone needs to check out this amazing book, Valerie Morris, We're All Ears. You find it on Amazon. I'm going to give a free gift away. I talk a lot about keyword research. In this video, we're talking about influence.
Yeah.
But when you do keyword research, you find the questions that people are searching for that you can answer. So if you click the link below, you'll find my keyword research guide.